Welcome to Sik Baggers YouTube channel. I'm Steve, and today I'm super excited to get on here and share with you my brand new collaboration with Advanblack. Right here in front of you on this bike, we have the brand new Sik Bagger custom stitch seat. Now, a lot of you know me from this Sik Bagger YouTube channel, but you may not know that I'm also the service technician for Advanblack. I also do all of the install videos for Advanblack over on the Advanblack YouTube channel. So just recently, I put out a video on the official Advanblack YouTube channel talking about the seat. But I wanted to get it over here on my channel and actually go through a little bit more in depth. I went pretty in depth on the seat over there, but I had a few questions from there and online, and I'd like to cover those today as well. So there's one thing I want to talk about real quick before we actually get into the seat. I get a lot of emails, a lot of questions online, a lot of phone calls. Hey man, you've been in this industry for a long time. What do you think the best seat is? There's no real answer to that question. You're actually asking the wrong question. The question is, what is the best seat for me? Now, just in the touring models alone, there are tons of seats on the market, and they range from pretty extravagant down to pretty simple. It's just like handlebars on a bike. Not every set of handlebars is going to be for everybody. All of that stuff, like handlebars and seats, kind of play in the same thing. It's really going to be all based down to you, your physique. Are you tall but maybe a little bit short-legged like me? Like, I'm 6 foot tall, but I'm more torso than I am legs. So it makes a big difference when you're sitting on a bike. Getting a bigger, taller seat may be more comfortable for me, but I'm not sure-footed when I bring the bike to a stop, right? So there's a lot of factors that come into play when we talk about seats. So to answer that question one more time, there is no perfect seat. Everybody has to find the seat that's perfect for you. So I spent several months designing this seat, but I knew ahead of time, hey, this seat's not going to be for everyone. At the end of the day, what I wanted out of this was a custom stitch seat that's not going to break the bank. We all know that these custom seats like this can cost a fortune when you have them made for different builds, right? So it took me several months to actually design the seat, and then we started going through the different materials, and then we started going through the different foams and gels that can be all added into the seat. The first thing we did was start with the base pan on the back side. This is a heavy duty ABS supported seat. So you can see the supports going all the way across this seat. You have to have a good base pan to build a good seat. And we talked about the foam, and I don't have one of these that's completely uncovered, but we can see the foam right here. We've used a really soft foam, but it's a high density foam, so it's not going to sink and sag as you ride throughout the day. It's going to be soft to set on, but it also holds its shape really good throughout the day. And then to soak up a lot of the road vibrations, we added in our gel core technology gel pads. There's a couple of different gels on the market that are generally used in seats. You've got a flat closed cell gel, and you have one that, you know, it's like a waffle or honeycomb. They call it a bunch of different things. What I found with those waffle ones as I rode on them is over time they moved too much. So they were comfortable to set on, but they moved a lot, right? Which kind of created like a shearing of you sitting on the seat. You're constantly moving. So with this one, I chose the flat style gel pad. It's going to give you that gel, that extra cushion to eat up that road vibration and the bike vibration, but it's also not going to move and shear underneath. So that's what's on the inside. So now we'll go over the outside of the seat. This is where probably took me the longest to come up with a design on this. I knew that I wanted heavy colored stitching. That way we could offer this seat in several different colors, right? So the seat will always remain black, but the heavy colored stitching, we have choices, right? We have the black colored stitching, we have the orange colored stitching, we have the red colored stitching, and of course we have the blue colored stitching. I wanted double stitching all the way around the borders, so all of our borders are double stitched and then a single stitch down the middle. Now in the past, I've had the opportunity to work with some upholsterers to come up with some custom seats, and like I said before, those get expensive pretty quick. And one of the things I'd like to do with custom seats is use different materials in the seat. So the whole seat's not just covered in one piece of material, but several different pieces. On our borders right here, we just have the regular seat material, but on our inlays here and down the sides, we have a premium synthetic suede. The suede kind of gives it a little bit of contrast on the seat, and it's super easy to maintain and take care of. All of this is water resistant as well. So one of the last touches that I wanted to add to the seat was actually adding a perforated piece of material right down the middle. So this will help with breathability of the seat exactly where we need it the most, right? And then for that extra added custom touch, we added the grommets going down the middle right here. I've seen a lot of custom bikes and a lot of custom seats that use that grommet, and it's one of the things that I've loved every time I've seen it. So that was one of the extra touches that I wanted to add into this. Like I said, it just kind of adds that extra little custom touch to it that you're not going to see on your everyday store-bought shelf seat. And then of course on the back sides we have the embroidered Sik Baggers logo and the Advanblack logo on this side. So that's actually going over how the seat was made, but let's talk about how the seat sits. So like I said, you have to start with a good seat pan, and the seat pan really is going to determine at the end of the day what direction your seat's going to go. And I wanted a neutral riding position. What provides a neutral riding position? The stock seat pan. So we loosely based this seat off the stock seat pan and then built it up from there. There's a ton of seats on the market that are called tall boys or extended reach seats, stuff like that. Those are the seats that are going to lift you up a little higher or push you back a little farther. And there are some seats on the market that have this neutral riding position but have a super tall back on it, which ultimately ends up pushing you forward on the tank. So you have to pay attention to those as well. If I get up here on the bike, you can see that a neutral riding position pretty well keeps me squared up like this. I'm not pushed way back and then having to reach for my grips. So if you have, say, like our collaboration that we did with Pro Monkey at Advanblack, his is like basically an extended reach seat. His is set down and pushed back, and it's a great seat if you're built for that seat. The problem with that seat and me is I'm not tall enough for a seat like that. So when I'm pushed way back on the seat, I'm reaching forward for my handlebars, right? And what that is doing is adding all of this extra pressure on my shoulders and the top of my spine. So then you have the opposite of that seat where we have those tall backrests but a neutral riding position. Like I said, that tall backrest is going to push your lower back forward, which ultimately pushes the top of you forward too. So you're not setting up on the tank, you're not extended way back, you're neutral. So that being said, if you are in the market for a long reach seat, this one's not going to be for you. Check out the collaboration that Advanblack did with Professional Monkey, and I'll put a link down in the description down below over to his video. So if we step over here real quick, I want to show you something else real quick. We've got the orange one back here on the laid out 2015 Road Glide. Absolutely love it on that bike. But if you look right here, we do have this on the 22 Road Glide ST. Now this is laid out like a performance bagger. And on this one, we put the black stitching on it, and it looks absolutely great on a performance bagger as well. So the seat's not just made for laid out custom bikes. It looks really good on this bike as well. And any of the colors would look good on this, especially if you're adding accents to your performance bagger bike. So the very first seat I got was the orange stitching one. We put it on the Road Glide over here so I could actually get on the bike, ride it, and me and my wife actually lay down some miles on this seat so I could actually see how it feels over time. So that's why it was important for me to make sure that this seat was comfortable before we actually released it on the market. So we put some miles down on this bike with the seat on it. I'm 100% of the time I'm riding two up, so it's always me and my wife on the bike. So it's super important for me to get her feedback as well. Now all seats usually have some break-in time, right? Some are extremely hard and take a lot of break-in time. When I first put it on the bike, I was pleasantly surprised that I knew right away there wasn't going to be a whole lot of break-in time. It's really comfortable right out of the box. So we did lay a couple of months down on it. We took this bike up to Tail of the Dragon about 2 weeks ago, rode all up through Tail of the Dragon. That's an awesome ride. From where we were staying to where the actual Tail of the Dragon is, there's another 2,000 curves just to get to Tail of the Dragon. So we got a lot of riding in on the bike, and I absolutely fell in love with the seats. When I got back home, I got the rest of the colors in here to show you, and I put the blue one immediately on the Street Glide because I knew that seat was going on there. Not just because it's my seat, but because it's a really comfortable seat. So another question that I got pretty much immediately after we released the seat, and it's something I didn't give a whole lot of thought to when I was shooting the other video, but the dimensions on the seat. So had to go through a bunch of drawers and find my wife's cloth tape measure, and y'all really had me out here last night trying to measure round things on a seat. So I did the best I could. Overall length of the seat is 31.5 inches. The passenger width right through here is right at 10 inches. And then the driver's width right here is 15.3 inches. So that's going to give you about the best dimensions that I can give you. One of the other questions I got is, will it work with the Advanblack stretch tank covers? Absolutely. We have it right here on the Street Glide. We have it on the Road Glide. No gaps on both sides. As you can see, the nose is wide enough to basically tuck in under the edge right here. and then come out on top. If you have a seat that has a more narrow nose than the stock OEM seat, then you will have gaps right here. So that's going to be it on this Sik Baggers custom stitch seat. So if you want to get your hands on one of these, I'll put a link down in the description. If there's not a link in the description, it's because the first 3 days we give early access to the dealers. So if you want to get early access to this seat, you can go through an authorized dealer or wait that couple of days. So depending on when you're watching this video, just look at the date on the video and you'll know if it's available. And there will be a link in the description that'll take you straight over to the website where you can get one. And hopefully we'll be working on one for the 23 CBO and the 24s, because we have that 24 over there that we've been doing a lot of custom work to. Make sure to check out the rest of our channel. Over 170 bagger and softail related videos right now on our channel. Lots of maintenance stuff on our channel too. Make sure to check out Advanblack too. That's where all of the stuff comes from on these bikes. This is a full body kit from Advanblack. This bike used to be charcoal pearl. We did a complete body swap kit from Advanblack, all color matched. We've done the Road Glide. We've done the entire whole shot kit over there on the Road Glide ST. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell icon, and it'll let you know every time we do a video out here on the channel. Like I said, I just want to get this seat on camera for you over here at the Sik Baggers channel so you can see it, because I am pumped to finally get this seat done and get it available to you where you can purchase it and also show it to you guys. So like I said, not every seat's for everybody, but hopefully you can appreciate the time and the effort, the research that I had to do to make this seat, even if it's not for you. I'm gonna get out of here, get myself back to work. I hope to see you in the next video, but until then, as always, be safe, keep your knees in the breeze. Hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out our videos today. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, hit the little subscribe button popping up over here. If you want to check out more of our content, I've got 2 videos right here that'll get you started. Not really going to say anything else, just click one of those videos and take you to another video.